The topic for my presentation was culture and diversity. The audience for which I would answer the question would be the parents of the children for whom I provide care. The question is, how can culture and diversity be implemented in a positive way in a classroom setting? The first answer would be to get to know each child on an individual basis. Get to know their likes and their dislikes, as well as their home culture. Home culture is very important to a child because this way you get to learn what they like, what they don't like, what their parents like, and what their parents don't like, and figure out how to incorporate that within the classroom. I feel like it is essential to a great classroom culture. This way, the educator is better able to create a classroom culture that is conducive to the child's learning. Also, having a great classroom management that makes sure that it incorporates their physical, mental, and emotional well-being and their developmental stage in their academics. The classroom management is important because it helps the teacher to get an idea of how the classroom should be ran. That is why I think incorporating ideas from parents as well as the children is important. In that aspect, in the beginning of the year, I think the teacher should allow the children to be incorporated in rule setting as well as decision making for the classroom. They should also be able to identify some of the main causes and effects of the things that happen within the classroom and be able to come up with consequences or rewards for their actions. Another aspect of great classroom management is knowing which activities to provide for the children and what foods to bring in, as well as what are the behaviors in which ignites a child and causes them to get out of control. As long as the educator keeps in mind the background of the child, their home-based culture, as well as their classroom culture, they'll be able to combine all of those traits and incorporate a great guidance and discipline policy that will allow the children to see their behavior and know how to correct themselves. Also, by knowing the culture of a child, it is best to be able to create a lesson plan that ensures the success of each child academically. The materials that is provided for the child is important. So knowing the culture of the child and what is and is not acceptable in their culture is important when figuring out what should we teach a child. How can they learn? And what are the best ways that I can get this information instilled within the child so that they can remember it and be able to present their knowledge and understanding of it during an assessment? Last but not least, parental communication should be one of the key elements of controlling a classroom. Being able to connect with the parents through communication, which is email, by phone, or via text, is important because the parents are the main focus during a child's life. Everything that they learn, whether right or wrong, comes from the decisions of their parents. So it is important to connect with them so that you can build a great rapport and provide a way to build connections to the child as well as the parent and be able to implement some of the things in which you know that the child will be able to learn by knowing their culture, knowing how they react to certain situations, and the communication level of the parent. After analyzing all of the likes, dislikes, and behaviors in which the child and the parent possess, an educator is well able to create a great classroom culture that is conducive to the learning environment for the child. This is why I believe that managing a classroom full of diverse children can be easy as long as culture and diversity is put in the forefront and the children are allowed to express themselves freely and be able to listen to the rules, follow directions, and have a say-so in what consequences or rewards will be given. I thank you all for listening. Enjoy your day.